My drive impact or hit and never miss. It's the next chapter in the street. 5 6, get it on now. Find out who you made.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is that time of year. It is now the end of Fighters Recess Seasons Beatings 2, where we accumulated fighter points based on everybody's win and loss rates during the tournaments that went from January to October, the first 10 tournaments of the year, to determine who the top 16 fighter point earners were going to be that are now going to qualify for the November 30th, the big finale, the grand finale. And I'm here to announce who those top 16 players are. Congrats to everybody that made it. Thank you for everybody else that participated. We had a good time this year, so I kind of look at this as like a celebration, you know what I mean? So in celebratory fashion, we're gonna go ahead and kick off that Fatal Fury menu music, because that always makes me feel good for some reason. Fatal Fury has a really good slept on OST, aka soundtrack, so you know, don't sleep on Fatal Fury, man. You know what I mean? I'm just here, you know, simultaneously spending some quality time with my digital wife. You know how we do, and we do what we do. Let me see something here. There we go. Ooh, I love this girl. So anyway, pardon the distractions. I can't function without them. But speaking of functioning, let's get on to this internet section, where I'm gonna use this to announce the winners, or the qualifiers, I should say. As we go into the fighter point section. And in first place, we have none other than my guy, my partner in crime, Johnny Fraze, with astounding 10,300 points. Congratulations, sir, on winning the first spot in all of that. It's quite an amazing achievement, actually, with all the various killers that showed up to these things. As this game progresses, it gets harder and harder to win, so it's really cool watching all of us improving our skills, and through facing each other, we all get pretty nice at this, so it's pretty cool to see. Working with Johnny's been great this year, you know what I mean? Like, when we first made that announcement trailer with the epic Ryu Cyclop handshake, I thought to myself, like, yo, this is pretty cool, you know what I mean? Johnny Fraze is sponsoring us. Maybe he'll pop in every now and then and, like, you know, promote or whatever. It's gonna be a really cool opportunity. But let me tell you, man, this guy, he showed up to every single Fighters Recess this season and just represent and in full help me set up, help me break stuff down, offered insight on how to run things more efficiently, you know what I mean? We exchange wisdoms, like, we're on the same wavelength, but we got our own way of thinking, so we always introduce ideas to each other, and we're both open-minded, so there's like this cool-ass synergy, you know what I mean? So it's really nice working with you, bro, and I just want to thank you, you know what I mean, for looking our way first, you know what I'm saying? And there's some other things I got to thank you for too, but that's a whole nother video. I've been waiting on a certain item to come in the mail before I got into that, but I'm gonna make a video for that real soon. But like I said, Johnny came out to every single event. Let's take a look at this internet screen a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about here. If you look at Johnny's battle record, you'll see, like I said, he came out to every single tournament. And the way the fighter points are set up, it's all based on your wins. You get points for losing and you get points for winning as well, of course. And depending on what round you're in within that tournament, that's how much points you get. The further you go along, the more boosted your points are. So even if you lose early, but you go on a tear through losers, you'll still earn a decent amount of fighter points. So on any given night, if you break 1,000, that means you had a really good night. Win or lose, if you broke 1,000, you had a really good night. And as you can see, Johnny has broken 1,000 multiple times with his doll sim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate tournaments. Out of the 10, he broke 1,000. So those were all definitely good nights for him, and that added up. So when you see consistency combined with excellence, it'll give you 10,300 fighter points and first place in terms of that. So just so you guys know, seeding is going to be based solely off of fighter points. So even though it's nothing but killers in this joint, Johnny's going to be sitting the most pretty, the most projected to win, whether or not that's true. Prove him right or wrong, Johnny. Prove him right or wrong. You know what I mean? But next up, in second place, we have none other than the legendary Space Boy with 8,300 fighter points. And this is like the opposite end of the spectrum. You got these legendary killer of killers who know, they do the math in advance. They already know how many tournaments they got to come in to qualify. So like when you win the whole thing, you will get yourself 2,000 points. You know what I mean? If the turnout is pretty big and you get second place, you still might get close to 2,000, or you might break 2,000. So every single time this guy came through, he either took the whole thing or got second, but either way, he landed 2,000 points each time. 1, 2, 3, 4 times he came out and got that. He was already in after the third time, but you know, probably the second even. But either way, Space Boy, congratulations on second place. Thank you for coming through, showing your support. I know there's a million other tournaments in the world that you could fuck with, but you came out to ours, and you know, I'm happy that we put on the type of show that you're happy with when you come through. And thank you for coming through and representing and teaching everybody what it means to be a very, very strong player. In third place, another killer of killers, we got UA Base. One of my senpais in the game. There's a few guys that are always willing to go to war with you, even though they're in another class. You know, UA Base, my guy Umali, Zano. You know what I mean? They always want to get in there and get sets in. You know what I'm saying? Even if they body you every time, they're still willing to like get in there and help you with your game. So I really appreciate you guys for that. Base, I appreciate you coming through. He's one of those guys that always represents the ninjas. So we vibe off that. You know what I mean? He uses Kimberly in Street Fighter, and he uses Hakuto Maru in Fatal Fury. And he never told me this, but I'm gonna assume he used Ibuki back in those days. So it goes without saying. So as far as his battle record goes, he didn't start coming out till later on, but when he did, he was in the 2000 club. So he didn't really need to come through that much to leave a significant mark in the game, securing his spot in the top 16. And on the last chapter, you can see it went from 2000, 2000, 2000 and dropped to 900. That's because we started attracting more and more killer of killers. And like I said earlier, things just got harder in general. Like, you know, the skill levels out here are no joke. But either way, Base, congratulations on third place. And in fourth place, we got myself, Mr. Cody David Holmes here. Putting my Aki to work. You see my digital wife in the picture, because this is they're both my main now. I can't make up my mind which one I love first. Like Viper, that's my original wife, my original digital wife. So you know, what I decided that I'm gonna do, every time I go to the character select screen, win or lose, I don't care about the matchup, I don't care about stats, I don't care about anything. I'm gonna flip a coin to decide which character I use. And I even got this special coin for such an occasion. This is Viper. And this right here is Aki. Yeah. So that's going to determine who I pick. So they're both my main. But anyway, as the host of this event, I had to be at every one of these. So I know what consistency is all about. As you take a look at my battle record here, I'm at every one. And I had 1, 2, 3 really good nights where I just went on a tear. More than likely, my MO is good sent to losers early. And then that lights a fire under my ass where I just want to not get eliminated. So I just start going crazy until I, get forced to be put out. But I'm not going to go out into the night without a fight. So I amassed 6,200 fighter points. And I got 4th place. I'm pretty proud of myself. And right behind me here is my guy Cokes. What up, Cokes? Shout out to Cokes, really good dude. Phenomenal ed player, really tricky, always analytical with his approach, and just we always discuss concepts and stuff in terms of how to approach the game. And early on, I'm proud to say I took it over him in a grand finals match. It was pretty epic, and from that moment on, I never beat him again in tournament. So, he's a part of the improvement group, always working on his craft, always working on his skills. You know what I mean? 5,700 points total, 5th place for the year. Congratulations, sir. Let's take a look at that battle record. He missed a few, but I could tell in his heart he wanted to come out to probably all of them. He broke his $1,000 nights or his 1,000-point nights a couple times, but the rest were just like, strong showings. If you see like 150 points, that's basically the lowest 0-2 amount points that you could earn. So all of us go through those 0-2 nights. They're pretty hard, but never feel down about it. Always feel proud of it, because that means you're in the waters with a bunch of crazy sharks and you're one of them. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on your 5,700 points, sir, and your 5th place. In 6th place, one of the guys I mentioned earlier, another killer of killers, my senpai. Call him so because I do my best to steal all of his Aki tech. He's reluctant to give it sometimes, but I wore him down. And he amassed 5,400 points. He's one of those guys that do the math as well. So as you can see, he pretty much came out to what he needs to get the job done. 3 tournaments, 3 great nights, 1 2,000, and a couple that broke 1,000 to get 5,400. So you don't have to always just grind your way out. You could also just perform well. And you'll still be good. So, Umali Senpai, congratulations. 6th place. Next up, we got my guy King Man with the DJ. His DJ's really nice. Perfect character for this character of a person, because every chance we get, me and him, we just vibe off of the music that's playing. What I try to do to eliminate the noise in the bar is I turn down all the game music on the different stations, and then I have it all come out of one source for the music, and then that music is just from different fighting games, and me and him just vibe over different songs throughout the entire fighting game OST. And like literally note for note, like he knows music I know. So Shout outs to him. DJ is definitely the appropriate character for you, my guy. He got 4,800 fighter points at 7th place. And he's another one that got a late start to coming out. But when he did, he always represented. Got 2,000, 1,100, 1,350. And as you can see, by the time we got to chapter 21, like I said, we attracted some crazy killers. And it even got hard for him. 350 is pretty good, but it's still an indication of a pretty rough night. But, you're never fully cooked. You're never fully washed. There's no such thing. Everybody has their seasons. Everybody has their phases. So just as it was one way, it could also become the other way. Keep doing your thing, bro. Congratulations on 7th place. 8th place, we got my guy, Jerry Berry. Shout outs to Jerry. He's one of our day one supporters. He was coming out last year before all this stuff. And he was always consistent coming through. He missed the last one. He was out in Japan. I hope you had a really good trip, bro. I always want to go. That's one of my destination spots on my list. You know what I mean? Once I bag my analog wifey, that's probably where we're going to end up going. But you got 8th place with 4,450 points. Check out this battle record. So yeah, like I said, man, Jerry came out to every single tournament too. You don't even notice it because time flies so fast, bro. But yeah, Jerry came out to all of them, and he only missed the last one because he was out in Japan. So as you can see here, he doesn't have as many $1,000 I keep saying dollars, 1,000 fighter point nights, but he always has a strong showing, breaking 850 in chapter 19, 450, 400, 400, 500. You know what I mean? He's one of those consistent 1-2 guys. You know what I mean? He's gonna be in there. He's never anybody to sleep on. His Chun-Li is dangerous. Chun-Li is about to get released tomorrow for Fatal Fury, so I hope that you because you already showed interest in the game. I'm happy about that. But I hope Chun-Li, despite the differences, despite her not having a stance anymore, maybe that'll make things easier. But I hope you end up liking her. And it would be really cool to see somebody bust ass in both universes with the same character. Panda Bedic, he does that with Terry Bogard. Gymnasium also does that with Terry Bogard. So this will be our first dual universe Chun representative. So I can't wait to see what you come up with. I know in these games, through my personal experience, if you have a personal love for the character, you just have this automatic synergy where you automatically get better with them because you love the character so much. It just flows, man. It's a beautiful thing. But anyway, I can't wait to see what you do with her. Congratulations, 4,450 fighter points, 8th place. Next up, we got JJ Star coming through with the Manon and the Cammy, a phenomenal young player. My nickname for him is the Quiet Storm because he's quiet as hell. He just walk up with his head down, all humble looking, but when he gets onto the battlefield, it's anything but that. His whiff punishes are amazing. His Manon is really good, and he doesn't even pull out the Manon until things get real. It's like an anime character, you know what I mean? His regular form is Cammy, and then his true form is Manon. So if he pulls out the Manon for you, you know you're a threat. You gave him work. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start coming out till later either. But when he did come out, he represented. As you can see here, he didn't come out until chapter 19, and he only participated in 2 tournaments. One he won, and the other one he got 2nd place, but in both cases he broke 2,000 points, earning him a 9th place spot. Congratulations, JJ. Thanks for coming through. I'll see you soon at the Salty Soiree event hosted by Johnny. Talk to you more about that later. And in 10th place, another latecomer, my guy Pilch. This dude is a great player. He loves fighting games, period. He plays fighting games, period. So he knows characters from every game. He's not afraid to try anyone new. He'll tell you anything you need to know about almost anything. But the problem with that, people like that typically find themselves facing character crisis. So he started off with Elena. Well, he started off with a bunch of people, then settled with Elena, and now that Viper came out, he's using her too. He loves modern in this game. People always have their negative things to say about modern. I personally would never use it, but I try to not be negative about it. You know what I mean? If it gets more people playing, it gets more people playing. But the thing about Pilch, he could play either way. But for him, he'll and I quote him saying this, he just doesn't want to deal with all the bullshit. Which means in other games, it's probably easier to do certain things, so he wants to translate that over. It probably helps him play multiple games easier too. So whatever. But either way, it wasn't that late of a start. And after he started coming, he was consistent since then. Always having a good time, always bringing a good time. And he had a nice little $1,000 night, and the rest was just consistent strength. And that's what landed him a 10th place spot for the November 30th Seasons Beatings 2. Congratulations, Pilch. Happy birthday once again. See you soon, my friend. Speaking of my friends, Jack Cool, the guy, the Asian me, I'm the black him. He rides motorcycles, he shoots guns, he snowboards. All the things I like to do, he does it. But the character he uses is exactly the opposite of what I would use. But he's truly Honda in spirit. Congratulations on your 3,400 points. Jack is another early supporter. He came through last year before any of this was going on. Thank you as always for your support. I appreciate you. Jack was actually the first guy ever to be like, I'll stay and help you pack up the equipment. That's the kind of personality that shines through. He's a great dude. And he only missed 3 tournaments and no $1,000 breakages, but a lot of strong consistency anyway. His Honda is a force to be reckoned with and a serious threat. And in the beginning, I couldn't beat him for like 6 months straight, 6 tournaments straight. I couldn't beat this guy. And then I finally did, and I had to pull him aside like, bro, did you let me win, yo? He was like, no, I would never do that. So I was like, holy shit, like it feels good when you like ascend a little bit, but you don't even notice it. It reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z when Goku asked Gohan, did it look like me and Cell were fighting seriously? And he was like, nah, you're holding back, right? And he was like, no, son, we were giving it all we had. It was because Gohan had become so strong that his sight had changed. So his perception is all different. So that's what that moment reminds me of. Like, did you let me win, bro? Like, it's like, nah, man. So anyway, shout outs to Jack. Congratulations on 11th place. And in 12th place, we got another latecomer, another amazing character. My guy, Mel Boo. What's good, bro? Represented TD Bank, his sponsor. And he comes through with 2,750 points in 12th place. And as you can see, he got 901 and 1,850 in the next. And typically that's all you need, yo. Just 2 great nights and you'll probably get in there, because it's so hard that on average nobody's breaking 1,000, man. It's no joke when you break 1,000. So if you ever break 1,000, be proud of yourself, because it's not really that easy to do. Mel Boo, congratulations, my guy. See you in November. Next up, we got BBAP 970, another OG representative from the early days of Fighters Recess. He came out consistently all the time as well. And I believe I heard he was also in Japan. So that's pretty cool. And much like the rest of the OGs, he's consistently coming through all the tournaments. And this is a pretty good example of just straight up consistency and representing. He hits him with the 1-2, representing with the Jamie. You know what I mean? No particularly super high numbers, but just through consistency alone and a good showing and a good willingness to get better and go against anyone, it shows. You know what I mean? He got 2,750 points altogether. If you did end up going to Japan, I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you took a bunch of pictures. I'm looking forward to seeing him. And congrats on your spot, sir. See you soon. Next up, we got my guy Langsky, another late comer. I believe him and Melbu came in together. They're boys. So it's nice when people bring other people and vice versa. Always appreciate that. Langsky representing with another Ed. Similar to Cokes, but very different. So it's nice to see different styles between the same characters. Langsky only came out 2 times as well. And Melbu, both him and Melbu are quite strong players. So when you're that strong of a player, sometimes it only takes coming out 2 times. The first time was 850 points, followed by 1,750 point. I had my fair opportunity to go against him. It was a nice close match, so I'm proud of that. Looking forward to fighting you again. He also has taken a keen interest in Sea Viper, so it's really happy to see him lose his mind in all the execution crisis that goes through with learning that character, because like back in the Street Fighter 4 days, I had to do that alone. Like, it wasn't that social yet. Like, you know, things started popping up on YouTube, of course, but it wasn't like this social where everybody's sharing tech and all that stuff. So as he started losing his mind, like, what am I doing? This is hard. It was like I could be there for him, and we could all be there for each other and watch him do that. So it was like really refreshing to see someone else lose their mind when I had to do that back in the day by myself. And just like, you know, sometimes you just got to accept you can't do something, walk away from it, and then come back to it later, and you'll be able to, like, your muscle memory kicks in. Like, yo, I was having such a hard time with this last night or 2 nights ago, and now that I hop back onto the sticks, I could execute this like it's nothing. Like, it really does like stick with you. So never get tilted, never get discouraged. If there's a wall, you either have to climb it, walk around it, dig under it, build a door to go through it, or just knock it the fuck over. Whatever the case may be, walls are made to be navigated around, over, under, or through, ladies and gentlemen. And Lanksy, I can't wait to see what your Viper's like and how many walls you broke down to get down with that character. And maybe we'll get that mirror match or something in the last tournament. That'll be epic. Congrats on your 13th place, my guy. And Ugly Joke 23. This guy is the OG of all OGs. He came out to the very, 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 very first Fighters Recess. I'm talking about back when nobody showed up and it was just me and my closest friends running around the bar drunk as hell. And there was a tournament too. We finally got it running, but it was just drunk friends having a good time. You know what I mean? I'm happy you were there to see that all the way to now to what it's become. And a lot of that is because of you, my friend, and the help that you're always there willing to offer. So that's why I try to do my best to help you with what you've got going on, which is a Magic the Gathering night over at Recess Bar. It's typically on Wednesdays. You can look for the socials of Recess Bar or Ugly Joke 23's Instagram page. I'll shout that out some more. I actually made an actual Fighters Recess outside the ring video about it, so stay tuned for that. I'll talk to you more about Magic the Gathering. But back to Street Fighter. If we look at Ugly Joke's battle record, you'll see that he is the quintessential example of good consistency, right? He went 0-2 a good amount of times. It could be frustrating at times to go through that, but when you're going against this many killers, it's what happens. And he just came through every single time, no matter what, and just faced it. You know what I mean? He's also one of those kind of guys that go through character crisis. I think if he stuck with someone hardcore and just forgot about like matchups and tiers and data and all that stuff and just felt it with his heart, he would do a lot better. You know what I mean? And that's usually the cure for any form of character crisis, is just to ignore what the people are saying about how strong anybody is and the blah 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 about the game and all this crap. Like, who do you love? Love conquers all. It really does. Some people believe that love is not enough. Those people just don't know what love is yet. That's why they believe that. But those who know what love truly is know that love conquers all. So when you have a love for your character, you're going to pull some amazing shit out your ass that you normally wouldn't, because of that synergy, because of that love. I'm telling you. So just stick at it. Don't get discouraged. Pick a character, rock with them. Don't change based on anything. You could try other people. I always recommend that, but know who you want to main and main the hell out of them, and you'll see different kinds of results. But he did represent with Guile, Marisa. He was with Mai for a little bit. He moved around. He had DJ for a little bit. He definitely moved around, but you got to settle somewhere, my friend. Good job. Congratulations. Thanks again for all the help and support. Congratulations on hosting your own event at the bar. It's going pretty great. And if you have any curiosity about card games and that sort of thing, I'll say that it's a pretty fun experience. Give it a shout. Check out. He's always willing to teach. They have setups for like new players and stuff. It's quite a deal. Check it out. But he solidifies the 15th slot because there were a couple of ties. And now we get to the 16th slot. And this goes out to you. Speaking of sticking with things, we got my guy Precklin here coming through. The very first tournament he came, he won the entire thing with his E-Honda. And then he wasn't able to come out to the rest because of work. So I hit him up and I said, yo, bro, you scored so well when you came. Yo, if you just show up to one more, it'll probably solidify your spot. But if you don't, it's more than likely you're going to get bumped out. And he was like, yo, if I can make it, I will. And sure enough, he did. And he came through for chapter 21. Now, it wasn't a grand finals type of night for you, Precklin, but you coming out made a difference. And because of that, you solidified your spot into the 16th slot. But of course, in true FGC fashion, it doesn't come without its own brand of drama. And that's why, if you look here, instead of a little wolf indicating that you made it, I got skull and crossbones, because you are tied for the 16th slot with my guy DTN Picaro, a legendary Blanca player who was unfortunately in an accident, hurt his leg, had to take a break from fighting games, came back, and I'm honored to say that the very first tournament that he came back to when he arrived back on the scene was a Fighter's Recess, and he took it over Spaceboy of all people in that match. So I contacted him as well, and his boy Saint Sunday, to let him know that, yo, bro, same situation. Like, you're in, but you're close to the edge of being out. But he wasn't able to make it, and as a result, that allowed Precklin to come in and even the score at 2,200. So those are the ties for the 16th place. The way we're gonna handle that is on the day of, right before the tournament, we're gonna have a first to 5 set to determine who gets in to the top 16 brackets. So yeah, it's gonna be drama filled. Of course, if Picaro doesn't show up, Precklin, you're automatically in. If anybody else that was mentioned previously doesn't show up, everyone else will be bumped up to refill that 16th slot to make sure that there are 16 competitors for this big thing. So once again, congratulations to everybody that made the top 16. Shout out to all the guys that consistently showed up, even though it looked like there was no way you were going to make the top 16. You still were on your own warrior's journey, and I respect that, and I salute that, and I thank you for coming through. Shout out to all my killers of killers who came late and know in their heart of hearts, if they came out earlier, they would have been in the top 16. I know who you are, you know who you are. You know what I mean? Next year, you're probably gonna just come out earlier and solidify that, because I know your competitive spirits won't let you not do so, because you know, us warriors, we got to show the world just how strong we are. What's the point of getting stronger if you're not going to show anybody? So yeah, that about wraps up the video for this. But what I'm going to do, now that we announced the top 16, I'm actually going to go through all the names of everybody who's on here real quick, because after taking the time to make it all, it's like, oh, this is a pretty cool documentation of history. Plus, on the website, when all this gets reset for the next season, you could use this video as a historical documentation of things that happened. So you could always come back here to see your name and what place you got in this season's beatings 2. There will never be another one, because you know 3 is on the horizon come January. So without further ado, real quick, just gonna go through everybody real quickly. We got my guy Ducky Don, thanks for coming through, my guy. Let me go back. I'll do a manual. This counter is too fast. All right, Ducky coming through with the Manon. Great guy, great personality. It's always a blast when you come through. Congratulations on your teaching job. I know that's why you couldn't come through enough. Matter of fact, here you are on the outskirts of qualifying for the top 16. I think if you came to just one more tournament, you would have got in. But hey, man, teach the kids. The children are our future. You know what I mean? You got your priorities straight. Don't even worry about it. But once you get your curriculum down, I hope you're able to come out a little bit more, because after that first rough start, teaching gets a lot easier. Next up, we got Zano, another phenomenal DJ player. He came through at the very first one in January, and then he came out again, but he injured his hand. Injuries, man, you got to protect your hands. As gamers, you know what I mean? Our hands are a valuable commodity. I'm also an artist, so my hands really matter. And so even though I could knock somebody out, I got to do it with care. You don't want to fracture yourself, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, 1750 fighter points for Zano. Zano is one of those. So yeah, when he first came out, he was all right. But yo, by the time he came out the second time, a totally different animal, man. And when it comes to like progress and ascending and leveling up, yo, this dude is on another level, bro. He is not the same person he was when he first came out. And like I mentioned earlier, always willing to fight. I love getting sets with him. He's so aggressive. He lets me know that sometimes I'm too passive. You know what I mean? I was using Viper, right? For the first time I went on rank, and I was stuck on like Diamond 4, right? And I'm like, man, this is rough. So then I fought Zano, and we ran some sets, bro. This dude mauled me so bad that when I went back to rank, it didn't feel like there was any pressure at all by comparison. And I just went on like a 12 win streak, and I got master with Viper off the strength of just fighting Zano. So for that, sir, I salute you. I'm gonna work on having a little bit more aggression, a little less passive. You know what I mean? Gotta make people earn the right to breathe. You can't just let them breathe. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Zano. Oh, shout outs to Katie too. We always appreciate our non-players coming out to just have a good time. So you don't even have to play to come through. We got all types of stuff. Uno, pool, The bar is there chilling, you know what I'm saying? Lots of great people. It's just a great time. So shout outs to you as well for coming through. Thank you. We always appreciate the love from our non-players. Next up, we got ZZZ, a latecomer, a very, very strong Mariza. He's one of those people I mentioned earlier. Like, if he came sooner, guaranteed he'd be in the top 16. Yo, he's one of those killer of killers. But we all get killed, so it's not it's not easy out here in these waters filled with sharks. But thanks for coming through when you did. I saw you signed up for another one, but you weren't feeling well on that day. That was actually the last one. Hope you're feeling better, bro. Thanks for your support. Thanks for coming out. Can't wait to see you again. Next up, we have the Block Armored Death. This dude never came out before. He only came out to the last tournament, the very last one. Phenomenal player, bro. He talked about Geef and stuff. He was all souped up about Geef, so you could tell that's his character. And then he also mentioned Bison and Sagat. And in the tournament, he used all three with equal strength, strategically, depending on how the fight was going, bro. That's the first time I ever seen anything like this. And as you can see in his character portrait, I had to put all three characters on there because he literally used all three effectively. With it was like a chess game. Like, these were like chess pieces for him, the king, the queen, and the knight or whatever, and he just used all three effectively. It's pretty good. First time out at a tournament full of killers, he still got third place. And I just got the mech suit for Geef, so he came with perfect timing to use it. Something told me, yo, get the mech suit. You have no idea what kind of Geef player might come. And sure enough, one did, and he represented, and he picked the mech suit every time he fought. I loved it. I like when a plan comes together, yo. It's a beautiful thing. Next up, we got my guy C-Pen. Speaking of people who bring non-players through, every time C-Pen comes through, he's got a gang. He's got his squad, gang, and they all come through, have a good time chilling at the table. Might play some Uno, might play some other games, might just chill. Either way, it's a beautiful sight to see. Thank you guys for coming out. C-Pen, his Terry Bogard was getting better, bro. We had a set online and he beat me. It was close and he beat me. Every other time we fought, he couldn't beat me. So one of my favorite things is getting beat by someone who couldn't beat me before, because that means they leveled up, you know what I mean? So I told him, I was like, yo, I can't wait to see what your Terry does in the next tournament. So the last one he signed up for, he couldn't make it. So I haven't seen him since. Haven't seen the new level Terry, but I'm sure it's looking good. You know what I mean? Congratulations on that 20th slot. Next up in 20th place, tied at 1450 fighter points, we also have my dog Ate My Input. This dude is a great character. He's literally the walking embodiment of Jamie. This is what I'm talking about, having a good synergy with your character. He's the kind of guy you want to toast it up with. He'll throw a few back, might even break dance on the spot. But one interesting thing he mentioned while he was here, he came out a couple times. He was like, yeah, he's getting ready to travel and go to different tournaments around the world to try to like get better, you know what I'm saying? So that's always a cool journey. It's also the embodiment of Ryu, so I'm interested in knowing how that went. Thank you for your support. Salute, sir. Thanks for coming through. Hope to see you again next season. Next up, another OG in 21st place with 1,350 points. Another example of consistency and just coming through. You know what I mean? He comes through to a lot of tournaments. He was out here representing damn near day one before all this stuff. And Gettles always representing with the jury, doing his thing. Thanks a lot for coming through. Thanks for coming out no matter what. Oh, and thanks for bringing your friend Silver Azide, another great dude. You know what I mean? Early support is a wonderful thing, because like I said earlier, I remember when it was nobody coming through, and that was we still had fun, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to see what it's become. And as I mentioned earlier, my guy Panda Betic, a multiverse Terry Bogard. He uses Terry in Street Fighter, and he also uses him in City of the Wolves. It's a beautiful thing to see. I love how these two games come together. That's why I chose both of them to host. And regardless of what surrounds Fatal Fury, I'm gonna die on that hill. I know the game is gonna like spark up, make a comeback, and lead right into Capcom versus SNK 3. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Pandemic. Nice matches when we fought in both games. Sometimes we had to fight in one game and then immediately the next. Multi-dimensional hopping is a beautiful thing. It's a lot of fun. Thank you, sir. Next up, in 22nd place, we got my guy Guilty. Guilty, I met him at the Beatdowns and Beers, and he started coming through the Fighters Recess ever since. You know what I mean? We vibe a lot on life, you know what I mean? Life philosophy, and just talking about how to just elevate yourself, elevate your soul, you know what I mean? So, of course, a person like that would vibe with Ryu, and that's his guy. He's always representing, and he's really good, and he's more than likely one of those guys who, if he started coming out earlier, he would have been in the top 16 hands down. I appreciate your willingness to help. I'm very, I admire the way you think and learn and see things, man. You on point with it, bro. Thanks for all your help, bro. You help me a lot, and I'll always do my best to help you a lot. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's grow. The future is bright. The past is young, and greater days are to come, my friend. Always remember that. There's always tomorrow, no matter what it is today. You feel me? All right. Next up, OG of OGs once again, Rod. A very, very, very nice Chun-Li. He started coming out since last year, since the very beginning when there was nobody, just us. Always representing with the Chun. Had a pocket cami that he would just pull out for fun or whatever. But Chun was business time. But over time, I think he was getting a little bit more serious with cami too. Rod, every single time back in the beginning when Rod came through, he would do his best to bring other players, not just spectators, but players. So every time he came with somebody, bro. It was great. Thank you very much, my guy. He stopped coming out because he had a kid. Congratulations on your bunnin'. That's out of the oven. I know parenthood is difficult, especially balancing that out with what it takes to be a top tier player. But I will say I did see you online a couple times, so that's a good sign. I know you're probably just doing some combos or getting a few ranked matches in, but either way, I hope you figure a way to balance out your time so that you could still exchange fists on some Fight Club shit and still raise a daughter. Who knows what Fight Club is? All right, next up we got BC Sodomu 973. You know what I mean? Brick City type stuff. My guy. I met him a long time ago at what was it? It was at the barbecue spot. Oh, Psycho Summit. He was out there representing a very strong and aggressive Ken. But since then, he migrated to Rashid, and he's always out there representing, doing his thing. You'll see him at an Iron Grid from time to time. Always a very strong competitor. When he came through the Fighters Recess, it was no different. And the one time he came, like I mentioned earlier, what it means to break 1,000, this guy broke 1,000, hands down. Very strong dude. Next up in the 25th slot, we got the Phantom representing with the South American brothers who love Fatal Fury. They come down to play Fatal Fury, but they play Street Fighter too. They play that other game too, but it's really about Fatal Fury, and I love the Fatal Fury love. So thank you guys for coming down and representing. You know what I mean? No doubt, no doubt. Next up, we got in 26th place, my guy, staying faded. Disturbance. Look how he spells disturbance too, man. The chat cool was trying to read his name and he read it all funny. And when I read it, I was like, disturbance. And then I looked back like, wait a minute, that's not how you spell that. I was like, oh, that's pretty badass. But very solid Akuma. 850 coming through when he represented total. He came by twice. I think the last two. Another guy who probably would get in there if he came earlier. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to you, Disturbance, and your Akuma. Thanks for believing in me, bro. Thanks to you, I won my match. You know what I'm talking about. Go get him. That's what he says every time I go to fight somebody. Like, go get him. I believe in you, bro. I believe him, B. Disturbance, yo. Peace, bro. Next up, also in 26th place with 850, we got my guy, Saint Sunday. Very nice on the mic in terms of commentary. Solid Ed. Questionable JP, but I'm sure, you know, I wonder what he's doing with him. It's always a mystery, you know what I mean? But every time he comes through, it's a great time. He hops on the mic. He represents with the characters, you know what I'm saying? Very big on Fatal Fury as well. So whenever he does come through, you know there's going to be a little more representation in that universe. Very strong with the Marco. He loves Preacher. So I'm interested in finding out how he feels about Joe Higashi, who was just released recently. Saint Sunday, thank you for every time you came out. Shout outs to you, brother. Next up, we got HPG Mantan, a modern Terry that came through, and he wrecked shop when he came through. As you can see, he got 800 points. Everybody was shocked, like, yo, who's this modern Terry messing everybody up, bro? But he did his thing. Thanks for coming through. Glad to see you, bro. One love. Next up, one of my cohorts and official OG partners, childhood brother, childhood friend, came out represented with his Kin Masters. You know what I mean? Always playing fighting games with us when we were kids. Never really like, oh, I'm gonna go into the tournament scene and be the best in the world. He just wanted to light you up with his flames. He just wanted to let you know that he was Kin Masters as he brought his dragon punch into your chin and just messed you up like that. That's the kind of guy he was. So you know, thank you for everything, bro. You always help me out in all types of ways. We always got each other's back, you know what I'm saying, regardless of any hiatuses that we may take for whatever reasons. I love you, bro. I always have. I always will. Can't wait to see how you're doing and how you've been, bro. Next up, we got NH Red Thunder representing with that Luke. He came through with his boy who used my. They came by one time, but I ran into him at an Iron Grid. I'm like, yo, bro, how's the Luke? He's like, hey, man, I'm trying out here. So, you know, he has a pretty keen understanding of exactly how difficult it gets when everybody just keeps getting nicer and nicer at this stuff. Shout outs to you, Red Thunder. Thanks for coming through. Yet another OG of OGs. Next up in 28th place with 750 points, we have my guy Mono Kuma 993. When we first started, we were trying any means necessary, so we were handing out flyers at the mall, and my guy was at GameStop chilling, and we were like, yo, man, tournament, da 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 da. Typically, when you give somebody a flyer, you're not gonna see them. It's just a thing. They tear it up, they throw it in the garbage, whatever. We're all guilty of it. But when it's our time to try to host something, it's like, oh, please come to our thing and respect my flyer. Like, yo, you know how much bad karma you have from disrespecting other people's flyers? But not this guy. He took our flyer and he showed up. All of us were surprised, like, holy shit, it's the GameStop guy. He actually came through. And since then, he's been coming through a whole bunch. Back in the early days before all this, he was coming through always early, trying to help out, help set up equipment. Kuma, appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna try to put something together real soon for Kimberly for you. He expressed interest in Kimberly, so I want to help you out with that the best as I can. I have a way, I think, that I'm gonna weave it into content and It's going to turn out to be hopefully pretty helpful for you. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about it once it drops. Next up, we got my guy, Gymnasium. Shout outs to you, Jim. This guy is literally Terry Bogard embodied. If you look it up, you'll see for yourself. He's actually Terry Bogard. And he uses Terry, of course, in both universes, both Fatal Fury and Street Fighter. And he's a pretty good guy in both of those. And at the last Beatdown and Beers, we had a nice little session, about like 10 games straight. Actually 18 games straight. He took it 10-8. So it was a real nice session where we got to feel each other out, feel out movement, shake off some rust, and a lot of close calls, a lot of good last minute decision makings. Thanks for coming out, Jim. Like I told you that night, I'm gonna keep my promise. So come January, you know what it is. Come through. I got you. Next up, we got Chuck Perry with the ill double entendre name. You know what I mean? Because he's always plucking those strings with the Ryu. Guitar specialist, Macho Man Randy Savage on the mic. Y'all don't know about it, but y'all will. Shout outs to you, Chuck. Thanks for coming through. Me and this guy, we vibe on the tech tip. He knows what I know when it comes to technology. We always dropping gems on each other, surprising each other with what we already know, because we're already on the same page as far as tech goes. Shout outs to you, Chuck. Thanks for coming through. I know I saw you using Akuma too. I was like, should I put Akuma in his profile too? I don't know. Let me know. Are you taking Akuma seriously? I'm interested. Kaiser, next up, 31st place. We got Kaiser. Thanks for coming through. As I thank all of you. Me and Kaiser, we had a great moment at one of the Iron Grids. I had went 0-2 mad early, and I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be salty. I'm just gonna stay the whole thing and watch other people play. And let me tell you, that day I learned way more than I possibly could by watching everyone else than by competing myself. So I had a very zen experience. And then off in the distance, I could just feel the anger and the heat and the salt ruminating. It was the exact opposite. Kaiser went 0-2 early as well, but he was salty as hell. So it was a perfect opportunity to like introduce him to my philosophy about not being salty. And like, we just had a zen moment, and I was like, yo bro, let's run some sets. So we got to run some sets, and while the tournament was still going on, you know what I mean? And since then, you know, he's been a cool follower of the whole thing, and very supportive. You know what I mean? I'm happy that you like what we're doing here and that you started coming out. Can't wait to see you soon. I hear you got some boys that might be interested. Fellas, come through. It's a great time. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? The only way you'll really know is if you experience it for yourself, and you'll see. But other than that, Kaiser, I hope that I was able to enlighten you a bit about humility, the true source of salt, which is arrogance. You the only reason you're ever salty is you believe you should have won. But if you should have won, you would have won. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no shoulda, coulda, woulda in this. What happened for a reason and couldn't happen any other way. You know what I mean? In the words of the great Morpheus. So like, once you accept that, there's really no reason to be salty. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you think some MR is trash and you're in that MR and you're not winning 12 times in a row, 10 to 12 times in a row, then you're in the rank you belong in. And that's cool. Find your way out, but you don't just deserve it because you say so. You're not just supposed to win because you feel like it. And every strategy isn't trash because you believe you're supposed to be better than that. Like, if you were, you would have been. It's harsh, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And once you accept that harsh truth, it's freeing, and you don't really have to be mad about anything. All you have to do is concentrate on what it takes to get better, so that you don't fall for the thing that deep down inside you believe you shouldn't be falling for. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be good from there. But anyway, enough of the sermon. Shout outs to Kaiser, salute. Next up, we got another one of my South American brothers coming through, representing for the Fatal Fury side of things, but he also plays Street Fighter. Rebo Tough, what's up, bro? We didn't get to go again in Fatal Fury, but the first time we did have a fight, it was pretty memorable. You know what I mean? Shout outs to you, always representing. Last tournament, he actually used Joe, so it was nice to see representation of a new character. When you guys come through, it's always a great time. I know you have quite a ways to journey to get here, so when you do make that journey, it's much appreciated. Salute, my friend. Next up, we got Kazi with the Kimberly. Came out one time. Thank you, sir, for coming out. It's always a pleasure seeing a Kim. You know what I mean? I think you might have gotten to go against base. You know what I mean? Going against base as a Kimberly has to be a great learning experience, so I hope you got to experience it. Shout outs to you, sir. Next up, we got Turbocharge, one of the few lilies left on the planet. This is another keen example of character love, despite the tears and blah, 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 blah. You use who you use, you know what I'm saying? You use who you like, you use who you love. You know, just never, when you're using a low tier character like that, don't get hung up on all the different things that you can complain about, and rightfully so, but that's not how you get better, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody like El Chicote, he's not talking about the same things. He's literally finding a way, and he's representing with Lily no matter what. So, you know, study that path, follow that path. Things will be cool. Recrius, boys with Zacharias, what's good? Thanks for coming through, bro. Always a good time when you guys come through. I haven't seen you quite often, but I did see you at one of the Iron Grids, so that was nice. Appreciate you as always. Thank you, sir. Next, we got Spins Unshorn. He's the guy that came through with Red Thunder, the Luke from earlier. Shout outs to you, sir. You came back a second time without your boy. Appreciate that too. Always a good time. Thank you, sir. Congrats on 31st. 32nd place, we got Righteous Regicide. Came through for the first one. Got 350 points. Seen him again at Beers and Beatdown. Seen him again at the Salty Soiree. You know what I mean? We had a couple a little conversation about life and stuff, and going to school and classes and what you want to do afterwards, and work and internships and all that good stuff. So, you know, keep your head on, keep your shoulders right. You know what I mean? Navigate through life. Keep your eye on the prize and win, bro. That's all. You already know the formula, man. Thanks for your support early on, bro. Good seeing you. Mean amigo. I butchered your name early on, but that will never happen again, my friend. Always vibrant, always lively, always doing your best, regardless of the outcome. I always appreciate that. Willing to play either game. Always appreciate that as well. Keep representing with the jury and the Hotaru, and hopefully you find what you need in terms of that pathway to improvement. You know what I mean? But I would say overall, you got to find a way to play outside of the tournaments, because you got to practice something to bring and try out and have it succeed or fail, and then see what you want to do from there. You know what I mean? And next up with 300 points, we have Silver Azide. Gettles' boy, brought him through. Very outspoken, so I'm like, yo, just from meeting him, I was like, bro, here's a microphone. Put him on the mic. He was the first person that didn't have a Fighters Recess t-shirt to actually get on the microphone, and that's where like the whole idea sparked from. Like, yo, just have open mic, let anybody get on. Like, you never know what could happen. So all that happened thanks to you, my friend. Thanks for getting on the mic. Thanks for coming through. And he's always willing to play whatever game just for the notion of support. You know what I mean? Whether you win or not. That's really cool, bro. Thanks a lot, man. Papa Clean Cut next up in 34th place with 250 points. He came out to the last one representing with the Bison. I got to fight a few rounds with him personally. I could have did better, but he got me in the end. Congratulations on that. Next time I see you. Nah, but for real. But yo, had a good time that you came through. Thanks for representing in both games. See you soon, bro. Slow Beef representing that life. You know what I mean? It didn't work out the first time you came through, but I'm glad you came through the second time, and I hope you had enough of a good time the second time to make up for the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's life, you know. That's how it goes down. But looking forward to seeing you again in the future. Thanks for coming out, bro. Next up, we got Atrum Erebus coming through in 34th with 250 points, representing the Akuma and the Honda equally. That's why I had to put them both in the portrait. So thanks for showing your skills. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for using both characters. Honda is a rare sighting, so we always appreciate that whenever it happens. Thank you, sir. Next up, we got tied with the same Muff Dabs representing with the Cami. Came through. Much love. Thanks for the support. Also, P-Town Hero representing with Marisa. Came through the first time back in January. Seen him at a couple of I think it was the beatdowns representing. Shout outs to you. Bespoke, another Cammy. Same vibes as like Rod. I think Rod might have brought him out the first time, but he came to one last year and he came to one this year. I appreciate both times. Thanks for coming through, bro. Representing with your Cammy. I hope your journey's going good with the character and in life in general. Why do we? I know that's not your real username, because when I called you that, you just bursted out into laughter. You came out representing the Ryu. Thanks for that. Whatever your real name is. Shout outs. Next up, more Crabs representing the Guile. Nice formidable Guile. Thank you for coming through. Putting your hand on top of Pilch's head really made that picture. So I'm glad you were there, and I'm glad to see that. Thank you. Next up, Kensei representing with the Jamie. Very rare occurrence to see one Jamie, and especially a Jamie's going against another Jamie. So we got our fair share of Jamies that came through. Bebop, Kensei. My dog ate my input. It's nice to see a really cool character get represented. He represents Yun and Yang, but with a lot more style and flash. And he has a combination of both of their moves, so it's really cool to see such a character. Zagreus representing with the Luke. I ran into him online in ranked. That's always a rare and fun experience because ranked is random. So when you see somebody you see from tournaments and you get to fight them in that way, it's always cool. Thanks for coming out, bro. See you soon. Ill One came out with nice name. Ill One representing with Guile. Came through representing as hard as you could. Always appreciate such a thing. Much love to you. Also in 36, we got Timba FGC. Another Guile representative. After your first time out, bro, I saw that you signed up a few times, like, oh, Timba's coming back, and then you couldn't make it. Maybe something came up. I hope everything is good with you, bro. But thank you for the time that you did come out. And even though you couldn't make it out, I still appreciate you signing up because it shows that you wanted to. So, yeah, like I said, man, whatever's going on, I hope you're good. Hope it wasn't something too serious that pulls you away from it. This was moving without me. Timba. Now we got Gordash. Gordash NYC came through with the ill poncho, bro, representing with the Ken. Check out Gordash NYC. He's doing his thing online. He's always streaming something or practicing with some character or whatever. He's actually signed up to come out to Johnny's thing, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I'm helping him run that, so I'm definitely gonna be there in full force. Next up, we got Squish K. He came out one time last year, and he came out again with the Zangief at the last tournament. I was busy, caught up in a whole bunch of other stuff, but I saw that somewhere within the last tournament he got DQ'd. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna look into that and see what happened exactly, but hope everything's good with you, bro. Thanks for coming out both times. It's always nice to see a Zangief represented. And that is gonna wrap it up for all of Season Beatings 2 Fighter Point rankings. It's been a great year. I learned a lot. We accomplished a lot. We all grew a lot. And as you can see from this long ass video, a lot of people came through, man. And I have this weird feeling that next season is gonna pop. It's gonna pop. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready to do an even better job at it all. Any suggestions anybody has, check out the Lone Wolf Moon Discord. Come through, leave a comment, DM me on any of the Lone Wolf Moon socials. Let me know how you feel about things, you know what I'm saying? Good or bad, I'm a fan of the truth. If it's true, I don't care how bad it is. I just would rather know because it's real. And that gives me more of a chance to work with whatever it is because it's true. Everyone talks that communication is key, but nobody communicates. Doesn't make sense. So anyway, with that said, I am Cody David Holmes. Thanks to everyone once again for coming out to Seasons Beatings 2. And in November, on November 30th, we're going to have our last big tournament with the top 16 that I mentioned earlier. But attendance is welcome by all spectators and everything. We're going to have games. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have other things I don't want to mention too soon. Because I got to check with the owners of the bar to make sure that we're all on the same page and that I can do all the things that I have envisioned. But nothing too crazy, but definitely dope, definitely fun. So the more the merrier. I'll have more details on all that soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Like, share, subscribe. It'll help the channel grow. And you guys have a good one. Take care of yourself. I'll see you all soon. Peace.
I moved on, but the fighter in me still yearns. Cause as long as I'm alive, there's more that I can learn. I know victory is mine only after I earn. It's still all about the
damage we optimize. Another great year in the history book, Seasons Beatings 2.
Anything that's hazardous.
Thank you.
Put my quarter in the cabinet because it's my turn. Raging demon when I burn. Instant murder occurs. Die 1,000 deaths in a single second of blur. Push you off of me with a tech, hit disperse. When I flip you awkwardly to your neck, hit the curb. My wrestling superb. I'm pressed, so I stress to aggressively be better than the greats ever were. Until the war is won, we ain't safe on this earth. And to all my warriors, we await your return. It's the 6th chapter of the legendary fist. Welcome to the new world of Street Fighter 6.
Are you thinking about building your own fight stick? Then go for it. It's a perfect way to dive into electronics, design, and hands-on creativity. Pick an enclosure, for the dub plate, or the mini dub. Now, DIY builds means full control, easy upgrades, and your own personal style. Join an amazing community of makers, artists, and gamers, and be the builder of your crew.